Hey everybody, it's Wendy Cranford. Welcome. So I told you yesterday in my video that I was going to be doing a video on my Blendabilities today. So I have this card that I've already made and I love it. This is with the brand new Blended Bloom stamp set. This is this one. You cannot order this one right now unless you're a demonstrator. So if you want to get any products now that are not available to customers, you can join my team. It is $99 to join, but you get to choose $125 in product. And if you want any of the products you see me using in your kit, all you have to do is email me and I can give you the item numbers and then you can just add those items to your kit. Okay? And then that way you get brand new product that's coming out before anybody else has it. All right? So I'm going to show you how to make a card using the Blendabilities. These are our brand new markers that aren't even all released yet. They come in packs of 3 for $11.95 and they are gradient colors. So like this is the Coastal Cabana set. So you have a dark, a medium, and a light. Okay, I'm going to zoom in because I'm going to do coloring and so I really want you to be able to see what I'm going to do. Alright, so I'm going to use this set. I'm going to use the Rich Razzleberry set. And as you can see, it's dark, medium, light. And then I'm also going to use the Daffodil Delight set. And it's dark, medium, and light. Okay? So we have a special ink pad that I'm sure you guys know of. It's been around for a long time. But Stampin UP is now going to be carrying it effective June 2nd. It's the Memento Tuxedo Black stamp pad. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp my flowers. And I'm using the Flower Shop stamp set. I'm going to stamp this image. So I'm going to get started by just inking this up. And I'm going to do it 3 times. Because I want 3 of these flowers in 3 different colors. Okay, so if you are a Copic marker person, you already know how to use these types of markers. Excuse me, so I'm still recovering from that cold. I've never used Copic markers except at a friend's house one time, and I always wanted to, so this is like a dream come true for me. I love coloring. I actually have my own color books and everything. Like I'm a freak about coloring. So this is like a dream come true for me that Stampin' Up! Has created these. Excuse me. Okay, we're gonna get started. So I'm starting with the darkest color first, and the pens have 2 tips. They're hard to open. First of all, you see that they're square, so that's nice. They don't roll all over the place. They have a regular fine marker tip. I don't know if you can see that. And then they also have a brush tip, okay? And I'll get into showing you how this tip is used later. But for today, we're just going to be using this end. So what I'm going to do is whenever you think of an object, you always want to think of how the light would be hitting it. And that is the way you color. So for example, if my light was hitting the middle of this, it would be lighter in the middle and darker to the edges. If I was having light that was coming in this direction, it would be lighter over here and darker over here. So you kind of want to think of shadows. But the easiest thing to do to just give really pretty dimension is to choose which end you want the darkest and work that way. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and choose to have my outside edge be the darker color. So you see what I'm going to do here is, if you notice, I'm not going way down on this side. I'm only going way down on this one side. Okay? So at the top, and then just the one side. And I'm doing that on the same side of each petal. Okay. And you know, Stays on Ink will not work with these markers, so you don't want to use Stays on Ink with them. Okay, and we're going to use the next set. Now, here's the trick. right now I have a line there. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to zoom way in. I can see a line between this light and this darker one. So what you have to do is you have to go up into the dark and color to pull that color down so that each layer is blended to the next. You have to go up into the darker layer. Don't be afraid to mix your colors. They don't mix. They're not like watercolors. They're not dye-based. They're alcohol markers. So you're not going to mix the inks. That's something that I worked with one of my downline yesterday, and that was something she was afraid of. She didn't want to go into the darker ink because she was afraid it would mix, and it doesn't. Okay, so now I'm going to use the lightest one, and that will be towards the center. Now see, if I just colored it like that, you see the difference? So what you have to do is you have to go into those darker colors, and you're going to bring them down into the lighter. And you just keep doing that with each one. And then that's how you get the gradient or ombre look, where they all start blending together. I love the sound they make. Okay, so then that's what you end up with. So you have this really pretty lighter color in the middle. Now the other thing you can do is you can go back through with a color lifter, and you can lift color in certain areas. So like if I wanted to lift a little bit of the color here to give it a highlight, see how it did that? And I'm just going to go here, and it just pulls the color back out. And you could do that all the way around. So it gives you a little more definition in certain areas, okay? So now I'm going to move on to the Rich Razzleberry. And I'm going to start with the dark, but this time I'm going to start on the inside with the dark. And I'm going to color up and down, up and down. And the reason I'm doing this is just, oh gosh, sorry, it wasn't even on screen with you. The reason I'm doing it this way is just so you can see how pretty it is as it changed. So that was the darkest one. Excuse me. So then here's the medium, and I'm going to just go up and down. Now see, you can see, if I left it like that, you can see this harsh line there. So I'm going to go back into the dark, and I'm going to pull it. And color to get that darker color pulling out and blending with the medium. And same here. And this is wonderful because these are sold in packs of 3, so there's no thought process to it. You don't have to worry about getting, once you have a set of 3, you have the whole set. And so that's kind of a really nice feature, I feel like. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and color all the way back into the darkest. So see, I'm pulling all the way back from here. I'm not just going into the second one. I'm going all the way back. And it just blends so nicely. Really pulls the color out and blends beautifully. Now I'm not being super precise with this because I am going to be using the punch to punch these out. So I don't care that it's getting out on the outside edges. So now I'm going to go back in with my color lifter, and I'm going to lift a little bit of the color in here. Give it some highlights. Okay. And the very last one is the Daffodil Delight. So this is this set of 3, and I'll move that down for you. And this one, I am going to try something totally different. I have no idea how this is going to end up, but I'm just going to go like this. So that's the darkest one. And then I'm going to go lighter and just go back up over here, keep pulling it, and then even lighter. So this is really cool. It gives the whole flower like an ombre look. And I used the brush tip to do that. Okay, now I'm going to use the flower punch, the pansy punch. Oh, I'm going to have to cut. I'm going to zoom back out so that you're... Okay, sorry that took me so long. I forgot that punch is such a weird, the way you have to do it is very precise. Okay, so there's my 3 flowers. So I have this cardstock already cut. I cut it at, whoops, it's 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half to make it a 2-size card. Then the Coastal Cabana piece is 5 1/4 by 4, and then this piece on top is 5 inches by 3 3/4, and then this piece is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Wild Wasabi ink, and I am going to stamp this Flourish, which is from, it is from this set, Flowering Flourishes. Okay, and then I'm going to add Snail to the back of that. Add it on, and then I'm going to add my flowers with dimensionals. See how that went through on the back? It's actually kind of pretty. It's supposed to do that, so that's a good thing. It should go through. That means that you're coloring well when it goes all the way through the paper. See? Good stuff. Okay, so I'm loving this card. Very pretty. It's got whimsy and it's got flowers, and it needs just a sentiment and it will be all done. So I'm going to use my Memento ink. Memento, not Momento. Sorry about that. And I'm going to use the For You stamp set. I'm going to stamp in the hello sentiment. There we have it. I love it. I love how that turned out. It's beautiful. I actually could even go for another flower right here, but I think I'll leave it alone. So thanks so much for hanging out with me, guys, and I hope that you either decide to join my team and get this stuff now, or you order it from me on June 2nd when the new catalog goes live. If you need a new catalog and you don't have one, please just hit me up. Send me an email, wendy.cranford@live.com, and I'll get one out to you. Thanks. Bye-bye.